Hi students, today we will learn 1,2-CC disconnections in that synthesis of carbonyl compounds. So these are similar to 1,2-CC disconnection of alcohol, but only thing is that here we are going to disconnect a bond which is two carbon atoms away from the carbonyl. So let us look at some examples. So first example, what we have is an ester. So here you can see that we have the ester can be, whenever you see an ester, always it is a very suitable disconnection as you're going to get two synthetic equivalents as an alcohol and also acid chloride. So here or an it can also be an carboxylic acid. So here what we are going to do is first that is going to disconnect between the carbonyl carbon and the oxygen. So once we do the disconnection, we are going to write down as CO and ester. So the synthetic equivalents would be an alcohol, ethanol ETOH, and also it is going to be a acyl group, which is going to be another synthetic equivalent. Now this group we can further disconnect, that is 1,2-CC disconnection. As you can see that there is a carbonyl group here, and you can start numbering as 1 and 2, that is the carbon bears 1 and the adjacent carbon bears 2. So the next to carbon 2 we are going to do the disconnection. Hence we are going to write it as 1,2-CC disconnection. So this would give rise to once you disconnect, is going to give rise to the synthons. It is going to be an anion and it is going to be the ethyl cation synthon. So once you write down these two synthons, the next step would be writing down the synthetic equivalent. So now how we are going to write down the synthetic equivalent? See, now here we have a positive charge on the carbon, and you can make use of an halide ion which is going to bond to the positive carbon, and you are going to get an ethyl chloride in this kind, and the other synthetic equivalent here is going to have an anion, and the synthetic equivalent would be just a addition of a proton. It is going to grab a proton and you are going to get this cell group here. Now we have got the two starting materials. Now coming towards the synthesis. So as usual, first step would always be the deprotonation. Otherwise, without deprotonation, you cannot make the group react with the alkyl halide. So first reaction would always be, see, the alpha carbon, alpha carbon and the hydrogens on the alpha carbon are always acidic because there's a ketone group. Since whenever there's a ketone group, always the alpha carbon, the hydrogens on the alpha carbon will always be acidic. We know that. So hence it can be easily deprotonated using a base, that is OH minus. So once the deprotonation takes place, we are going to get, see, this what I've written is nothing but the resonance forms. So there is nothing but the movement of the electrons to form a negative charge on oxygen, and again if they come back to form an anion group here. So now this anion that is formed here is going to react with the alkyl halide, that is minus charge, minus that is nucleophile attacks the carbon which is linked to the halide group, and there's going to be the departure of the chloride ion. So once there is the departure of the chloride ion, you're going to get an intermediate of this kind. So now the next step would be nothing but a reaction of the ethanol, because since here you can see the target molecule has an ethanol group, that's the ester group here. So here what would be the next step is you have to displace the chloride ion, and you have to insert the ethoxide group. So that would be done by with the help of the ethanol. So OET minus is going to attack on the carbon, and then there's going to be the elimination of Cl minus, and you're going to get a target molecule. So this is how you can do the synthesis for the 1,2-CC disconnection for carbonyl compounds. So let us take one more example. So here you have a diketone group and also you have an ether. So always students make sure that you're going to disconnect the bond between, you're not going to disconnect the aryl group and the oxygen, but you're always going to disconnect because that synthon, the aryl cation is not going to be a suitable starting material, and that's a very it is not considered to be a good starting material for a reaction. So hence what we are going to do is you're going to disconnect the bond between the oxygen which is linked to the aryl and the next carbon atom, that is in this form. So once we disconnect, we are going to get the two fragments which is going to be a oxide anion and also going to be the positive charge on the carbon. So these two are going to be the synthons fragments. So now the next step would be writing down the synthetic equivalent. So now when you look at the synthetic equivalent for the oxide anion, it is nothing but it is going to grab a proton and you're going to get an alcohol as the intermediate. And for the synthetic equivalent of for a positive charge, that would be is when a halide anion attacks the carbon atom, you're going to get a group as this kind. So these two are going to be the synthetic equivalents. Now if you carefully look at this structure, you can start numbering, because since there's a carbon group, if you start numbering as 1 2 on either side, you're going to get the 1 2 disconnection, and you're going to disconnect as I've shown here in the red arrow. That is the red disconnect mark. So once you disconnect, you're going to get the two synthons. That is, now the diketone has got departed from the, has got cleaved from this main alkyl chain. Now you're going to get the two fragments. One is going to be the alkyl bromide and the other is going to be the diketone. So this is going to be the synthetic equivalence for this. So here there's an anion negative charge and it is going to get grab a proton and going to have a removal of the negative charge. And for this cationic synthon, it is going to be a Br minus and is going to give a dibromo alkane of this kind. Now using these two synthetic equivalents, we are going to make use of this as to synthesize the target molecule 2. That is nothing but here, as you can see, these are hydrogens are acidic hydrogens. So you can easily deprotonate them with the help of the base OH minus, and once you deprotonate, you're going to get an anionic group, which is going to in turn react, attack the carbon, which is linked to the bromide, because that carbon is electropositive, and since there is a bromine which is electronegative, pulling the electrons towards itself, and then there's going to be departure of the bromide ion. So once there's a departure of the bromide ion, there is going to be an intermediate of, there is going to be the formation of the target molecule. So here you can see that the, sorry, once again, I'm sorry. So after this, there is going to be the intermediate step. Now the last step would be the reaction of an alcohol with the bromide ion. That's the last step, because since the target molecule has an ether, we have to react this, the lone pair on the oxygen is going to attack the carbon, which is linked to the terminal carbon, which is linked to the bromide, and then there's a departure of the bromide ion, and it is going to give rise to the target molecule 2. So this is how you can write down the synthesis. Now let us take one more example. So here we have a ketone carbon group and also we have an alkene. But here the problem is that you cannot do the synthesis for this alkene using the acetylene, because here there is no hydrogen, but there is a methyl group. So there are two dimethyl groups. So hence we are not going to opt the disconnection for the alkene, and we are not going to do the FGI to an alkyne. Instead, we are going to look for the other function group, that is the ketone here. So the ketone here is one, you can start numbering and you are going to do the 1,2 disconnection directly. Once you do the 1,2 disconnection, you are going to get the positive cation and the anion. So the positive cation, that's the cationic group, is going to be eased with the bromide ion, and you're going to get a bromoalkene of this kind. And the other group here, what you can do is you can make use of, instead of writing down a hydrogen or writing down a positive charge, positive electrophile attacking the nucleophile, you can make use of an ester group. So this is a suitable synthetic equivalent which you can make use whenever you solve 1,2 cc disconnection. So you can make use of a synthetic equivalent as an ester, because this is going to be a very good starting material for the synthesis of target molecule. So hence always I suggest all of you to use a ester for a synthetic equivalent or for an anion of this kind, so that it was suitable to write down the synthesis. So now when you look at the synthesis, so you have the starting material, and this can also be written in this form. So now here what happens is there is a possibility of deprotonation of the alpha carbon, because there are two carbonyl groups which are present adjacent to the carbon atom 2. So here that is carbon atom 3 here. So hence what you can do is you can, first the step would be deprotonation. So once you deprotonate, you are going to get a negative charge, that is anionic ketone group you are going to obtain. Okay, so this can also be written in the enol form, in this form. So this compound can also be written in the enol form. Now what happens is, since there is an anion, it can easily attack the alkyl halide groups to, that is, it attacks the carbon atom which is linked to the bromide, and there's going to be the Br minus as a leaving group. So once that is reaction takes place, you're going to get a group of this kind. So now here in presence of sodium hydroxide is a base which is going to eliminate this compound as the ester group, and you're going to get this group. So this is how you can synthesize the target molecule T3, and these are some of the examples for 1, 2 synthesis. So that's all for today. Thank you very much, students.